lecture, we will study that based on the nature of g of x, how we will select or choose or substitute our particular solution. So first is I'm specifying some constant. If it is a constant like it can be a constant like a 5, then you will substitute instead of 5 you will substitute the y. P is basically a, and then you solve according to that differential equation. If it is second order, then you will differentiate it. First time it will become 0 and second time it will also become 0, and accordingly you will solve it and get the solution. Next is if we have polynomial, and the polynomial is linear equation. Linear equation is like if we have a specific example is 5x plus 7. Here x is to the power 1. So we have linear here. I am writing linear equation, polynomial equation. So what will you substitute? You will substitute and then you will solve it. If it is a second order, then you have to differentiate it first time, second time according to the given type of differentials in the question, and then you solve it accordingly and find out the coefficients a and the constant b accordingly. Quadratic equation. So quadratic equation may be of, here is the example, 3x squared minus 2. So we don't have any x here because ax squared plus bx plus c is the quadratic equation. So if we don't have any constant or any term bx, it doesn't matter. Higher order is second order, and that makes it quadratic. So if we have quadratic equation, then we will substitute quadratic equation, simple, and then we solve it accordingly. Alright, and then next is a cubic equation, and the cubic equation is if it is like this, cubic equation, and if it is like this, x cubed minus x minus 1, if it is like this, then we will substitute ax cubed plus. I hope that you got my point now. Based on the nature of the polynomials, you will substitute the general form and then solve it accordingly. We have, now we come to the sin x and cos x type of functions. So if we have sin x, then what will you substitute? If we have not sin x, if we have a coefficient with the sine of angle, and that is sin 4x, then what you will do? Here is 4x. So a cos 4x plus sin 4x. Alright. Next is cos of 4. The cos of 7x. Then the substitution will be the so a. Alright. If we have exponential functions is like e to the power 2x. 2 is a coefficient in the power. So what will you substitute? You will substitute any other like b into e to the power 2x. Basically it's a general constant, it's a general coefficient basically, and here is the coefficient like 1, so you can compare it and solve it accordingly. Two functions, like if we have one function is linear and the other function is exponential, basically the product of polynomial function and the exponential function. So if we have 9x minus 2, that is a linear function, and e to the power. So what you will substitute according to based on the nature of this. So one is a linear function and the other one is the exponential function. So you will replace substitution and for x as it is. Okay, got my point. So this is the coefficient here for linear, for exponential, and here the coefficient for exponential. Okay, and if we have a quadratic type of product of quadratic into exponential, so you will substitute the whole quadratic substitution, and that way, and now so basically these are the product, these two are the product of exponential functions. So now we come to the point that if we have exponential and sin x cos x type of product. So one is, first function is e to the power 3x and second function is sin 4x. So what you will do, you will substitute it like this. Substitution you will do. And also if you have e to the power x cos x, then same will be the substitution. And also sin of x and the polynomial function. So the type is, example specific is 3x square into sine of 4x. So what you will do, you will multiply with each cos and sine function. So that will be the substitution. You substitute it and the solution will be a little bit get complicated if we have these non-zero constants or coefficients. X, second is an exponential function e to the power x. Third one is the trigonometric function cos of 4x. And one thing I am mentioning, that remember that if it is tan x, then this method is not applicable for that method. Is a different method for these g of x type of functions, that is natural log of x, 1 by x inverse, and tan x. Alright, if we have three functions, then what you will do, you will multiply these two along with these two angles, and that is ax plus b for linear substitution, e to the power x. Along with the sine of x, you will also multiply these two functions, and that is cx 12 basic substitution.